How's it going, people? This is Ardie here of Inquirer Mobility. Welcome to your Mobility Quick Drive. I have a very special guest right now. This is Mikko David, also of Inquirer Motoring.
Hi, Ardie.
Hi, everybody. Yes, a virtual handshake.
How you do it? That's how we roll.
Yeah, you got it, man. Well, we're fortunate enough to have two Cherys right here.
Right.
I have the Chery Tiggo Lux AT,
Okay.
and this is the
Chery Tiggo 2.
Chery Tiggo 2. All right, so these are siblings, and there's a whole bunch of Cherys out there. And I have to admit, it's my first time to test drive a Chery Tiggo, and I'm a bit surprised with the kind of amenities that this car has. So, first and foremost, why don't we give them the main category, the main specifications, basically, of these vehicles that we have.
Okay.
So,
for the Chery Tiggo 2, it's basically a subcompact crossover, and that small class that competes kind of with Ford
EcoSport.
Yeah, for the Ford EcoSport, and that has maybe the Mazda 16, although not in price but more in category. So it's a little small. It's perfect for the city when you're going around town, commuting to work, especially now that when you need a vehicle for your personal needs, this could be a good option for you guys.
That's right.
Yeah, and it also has a 1.5 liter engine with 4-speed automatic transmission, which is basically okay for intercity movement. When you go on the highway, though, it makes a little bit more of a difference because when you're cruising, it's a little bit more smoother. So you're gonna enjoy it on the highway. And what really transformed my perception about Chery this time around with the Tiggo 2 is the ride quality. It's kind of, it feels like it's more expensive than what it really is. Priced at $770,000 for the automatic transmission that we have here. It really feels like a big car in terms of ride and smoothness. So it kind of makes up for the size with the ride that it has.
Well, here's the Chery Tiggo 8 Lux AT. It has I don't know how many variants, but this has got to be the top variant of it. It's a 7-seat crossover. I've always been confused what a crossover is compared to a medium-sized SUV, for example, but I guess this sort of like defined it because it's lower than your typical SUV.
Okay.
And it's a people mover despite its bulk. It's not exactly that big, but it does have at least like 10 millimeters longer than the Hyundai Santa Fe.
In length, right?
Yeah, in length, that's right. So it seats 7, comfortable seating for 5. Probably average sized Asians on the 2 seats at the back.
Right.
Now, I'm really surprised with the way it's equipped in terms of comfort and amenities.
Yes.
It has a 10.25-inch touchscreen display, able to play Android phones with mirroring and CarPlay with your iOS devices.
Right.
Fantastic leather appointment. It's faux leather, but it's a kind of faux leather that you use on Land Rovers, etc.
Yeah, it's so leather all around until the back seat.
You bet. I like the seats, the way that they're, well, the driver's seat is power activated and power adjustable. It's well bolstered, so you get a good driving position. But the feel of the seats are a little bit on the firm side. But I like it that's really bolstered. It supports you really well.
Protects you from lateral movement.
You bet. Yeah, and there's a lot of leg room as well in the second row seat.
Right.
And I like the way that the fit and finish is good. Lots of visible stitching with very low tolerances when it comes to spacing, etc. You know that they try to really make it look premium.
Right.
And it's priced at 1.340 M, which is really kind of a good value for what it's really made for. It's equipped with a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine, turbocharged. Right. Yep, with a 6-speed DCT. That's a dual clutch transmission. Now it's smooth in terms of because it's a DCT, so shifting is pretty smooth. And the suspension is kind of plush. So maybe I'd be looking for a little bit more lateral stability. But in terms of straight line feel when you're driving on the city, or a little bit, well, our cities are a little bit imperfect in terms of the road.
That's putting it mildly.
That's putting it mildly. So it does help with the kind of comfortable seating position, kind of a plush ride, etc. And plus, you have so much amenities like a panoramic
checking out the panoramic. It goes all the way to the back. So, okay, so for 1,340 million, that's one big benefit or like a comfort or an amenity that really can't find in any other vehicle in this level yet. We do know that these are both from China.
Yeah.
And what I can say is that leaps and bounds, Chery has really gone forward from what it was a few years ago.
And I was sort of like remarking about one of its biggest highlights that's not inside the vehicle at all. And that would be the warranty of the engine.
Wow.
It's like, it took me aback because for the engine, all right, both vehicles have your regular 5-year warranty, but both engines have a 10-year warranty or a 1 million kilometer
1
warranty.
million kilometers.
Whichever comes first.
I was reading through the brochure, like 1 million? Did they just put too many zeros here?
1 million! That's
Will we still be here when that 1 million is reached? So we don't know.
whoever dies first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not whichever comes first, whichever dies
I
first.
know, dude. So it's fantastic. So that is like a testament to the kind of reassurance that Chery is willing to give you if you buy their vehicle. So, you know, with the power plant alone, you got 10 years. A million. I'm not even used to saying that. A million. Too many zeros.
Yeah, too many zeros there.
That's fantastic. So, it is like a totally different kind of breed of Chinese cars. In fact, when I was shooting this just yesterday, I was really fascinated by the way that it's so, I don't know, photogenic. I shoot a lot of cars, obviously, like you do, but I just kept on shooting because it looks good.
Yeah, it has so many design elements that you normally wouldn't associate with a China brand.
Right.
So I guess Chinese cars, especially Chery in general, has really moved on from where it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And they've adopted a more global design outlook, putting in more details where it matters, especially for a big SUV or big crossover like this one. Putting in the details really helps uplift the value and the look of the car.
Exactly.
The luxury and the feel as well.
Exactly. Well, the customers have become a little bit more discerning with regard to the kind of specifications and the features of the current vehicles that are being rolled out now. So what you can expect, like for example, a 360-degree camera view. Both of them.
This one is
This one has 360. This one is the back end camera. Yeah. And then, well, you got changing ambient lighting. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much to me, but
it gives
you do notice it.
It does give a club vibe.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, we've test driven other cars before, more expensive cars at that.
Yeah.
And they also have that ambient lighting going on.
Yeah.
So for that kind of feature to come in down and trickle down to this level or this price point is really something new and welcome.
Exactly. So I guess some of the features are really meant for a different generation.
Yeah. So
Mikko,
we're titos.
Oh man, I was avoiding that word.
So
it doesn't have a
we never heard it from us.
Warranty.
You didn't hear it from us. But yeah, we do appreciate good cars. We do appreciate good designs, especially those that put effort into their brands, into their cars.
Right.
And both of these actually are really feature packed. And if you're going to look for value as an alternative or as a big priority to your car purchasing options, you might want to take a look at these two cars in their showrooms. Chery has really gone forward from whatever perceptions we've had of it in the past 2 decades or so.
More than made up for it.
More than made up for it. And this time they're coming in with a bang. And these are very worthy alternatives as well to what we have already in the Japanese and even the other European, Korean options in the market today.
Right. So in terms of design, there's nothing more to want. In fact, they look really sharp and they got a long shelf life in terms of what is trendy in terms of automotive design. Design cues are fantastic. I am in love with the grill.
Oh, this is really catching on. I think the new cars today, even the Korean brands, are really putting in the work, like
3D work or something like that, or 4D. I don't know.
Yeah,
they can't be.
Even the headlights, they look like they are built in with RFID. No, not really.
Yeah. By the way, it's like LED standard. So
LED standard for that.
Incredible, and the daytime running lights are also really visible and aesthetic.
Yeah, this one has daytime running lights here at the top.
Yeah.
So you can see that in the morning. It's really good additional for safety, especially for the Tiggo 2. It's 770,000 pesos, as I said, but it comes with all these features that make it feel like it's priced higher.
Right. So it's like sort of like a trend now where they shower you with all the features that are normally found on more expensive vehicles or brands. So it's great, that you increase your your standards for the new vehicle check house, and they answer it with a good value.
And the real benefit here goes to the customers.
You bet.
Because they now have more choices to put in with their hard-earned money.
Yeah. You get wowed by the features, you get double wowed by the price, and triple wowed by the warranty.
Exactly.
Then you worry about what happens after you bring it home.
Yes.
Then they give you that kind of assurance. That's
Yes,
pretty tough.
winner is the consumer.
There you go. So I guess we're gonna delve deeper into these vehicles once we get to drive them a little bit more, and we'd like to thank Chery for giving us this opportunity to test both vehicles. In fact, we're gonna do a swap later on, right?
Yeah, good. I already did this with drove this for a time.
Right.
Had fun with it. I did a little bit of off-roading in one section, and it really felt comfortable. It felt confident on the road. So I'm sure this one's going to be more stable on the road because it's heavier, it's bigger. So especially when you have your family inside, you're feeling more protected in this one as well.
Yeah, and they're more comfortable with whatever features they might be looking for. I like the air conditioning vents on the second row seat. So you're pretty comfortable. You can plug in your stuff, your gadgets, always plugged in. So that's fantastic. So I got a 5-word motto, and that would be I should get out more.
You should.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Mikko, thank you for being on the video with us. And well, it's always a pleasure having you. All right, so once again, this has been Ardie for Inquirer Mobility Quick Drive with the Chery Tiggo 8 Lux AT and
Chery Tiggo too.
That's right. We'll see you on the next episode. Please stay safe. Goodbye.